Yo, J Talk, Josh and
What's going
John
on?
here. What's up?
What's going on, everybody? How we doing?
How we doing? Oh, Vin, just welcome. How we doing? We're gonna talk
Good.
about some things today.
Yeah. Hey Josh, did you see that Miramar Lake is open?
No, I did not see that.
Yeah, it opened yesterday.
No, let's go. I'm about to head over there.
Yeah.
Like maybe next week.
I'm
I
down.
might go in the evening.
I'm down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, welcome. Josh and I are gonna be going over a few questions. We're
Yes,
gonna be
sir.
going over some of the most important questions that we get. You know, what kind of questions are we gonna go over, Josh?
We've got a few strategies to implement when you fall off the wagon. I feel like that's a question that that's something that we're all going to go through in one form or another, right? Where maybe we're not able to be as consistent in the gym, or we're a little bit spread thin in our lives, and it's hard for us to stay exactly on track with our nutrition or exactly on track with our training, and different things we can implement in our lives so we can make sure we don't fall off the wagon for too long, right? And then we can get back in the game. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. Let's start it off with that. What are some things that, or maybe you could talk about a situation, John, where you fell off a little bit and what you needed to do to get yourself back on track.
Well, I mean that happens a lot. There's a lot of times when you're going to fall off for a certain period of time, whether it's you're going to go on a vacation or whether you might be like I mean I fell off a whole year last year of running because I was injured, and I had to get back at some point. And the thing with falling off the wagon is it's going to happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen multiple times to you. But the trick is to learn the skill of getting back up, and like, what do you have to do to get back on the wagon? Maybe not full speed wagon like you were going before, like you were riding those horses fast, but maybe you need to slow that wagon down again and readjust.
Right.
Sometimes that's what it takes to just get back on the wagon, and that's all, like a little bit of movement forward. And let's say something happens and you can't hit the gym for 2-3 weeks, or whether you're traveling or whether you're injured, whether you hurt yourself. Like I hurt myself this year with my wrist. And like I haven't been able to do a lot of pushing stuff for the past 4 months. And how do you get back into that? And for me, it's simple because it's happened thousands of times to me in many different areas of my life, whether it's work or business or fitness. It's like, just start doing something to move you in the right direction, even if it's the smallest thing. Like for example, when I injured my wrist this year, like really effed them up. Like they're still kind of effed up. Like,
Yeah, I was there for that. That was crazy.
Yeah, you were there for that. Oh my gosh, it hurt. That hurt so bad. I couldn't even grip onto 10-pound weights the next day, and then it was terrible. So what did I start doing, Josh? In the classes, I started lifting the PVC pipe. Right, I started working on my form. I was like, man, maybe instead of lifting all this weight, instead of trying to PR on certain weight, like maybe I should just take a step back, decrease the intensity, decrease the amount of doing it, and just focus on some of the things that I didn't really focus on much before, like working on technique and form of the movement, doing no weight, PVC pipe, that's like a half a pound.
Right.
And I just started doing that. And then like after a month of doing the PVC pipe, I started doing like some light dumbbells and some barbell work as far as like overhead movement, maybe trying to get wrist movement, maybe doing some wrist movement here. And now my wrist is almost fully healed. Like I can get in the handstand position, and I could just sit on my butt and like got off the wagon and stayed there and cried. But I was like, man, I can't be like this for my whole life. Like, what am I gonna do? So that was like just starting and doing a little bit. That would be one of the most important things that I would suggest. How about you? Has there been a time where you have kind of fallen off the wagon like that?
Oh, there's been plenty of times, and there's gonna be plenty of times for you watching this too. Like, to say that you're never ever gonna slip up or you're never gonna fall off due to, it could be any kind of circumstance. Like John talked about how we went through an injury. An injury is something that's out of your control, but well, if you hurt your wrist or you hurt your ankle, you're probably not gonna be working out that. But you're probably not gonna be pushing anything if you hurt your wrist. So you can consider that falling off the wagon, even though it was something out of your control. I remember I've hurt my back actually a few times, lifting heavy when I was powerlifting and playing sports. I've had a lot of injuries, and those are setbacks. You got to understand that hitting a plateau in one area, let's just say you injure yourself or you fall off on your nutrition or you're not getting any stronger. Just because you're hitting a plateau in one area doesn't mean that every single area in your fitness or in your life also has to be on a plateau. So when I hurt my back from lifting, I had to focus on some other things that were going to allow me to keep my head in the game, because one, when you fall off the wagon or you get injured, it's really mentally draining is what I feel, right? Because you want to get back in the gym, but it's something that's out of your control. So you physically cannot do the things that you were doing before. So what did I have to do? I worked on some other things. Like I remember when I hurt my back, I was like, all right, well, I can still focus on my core, right? I can still do some upper body, but it's going to be limited, right? I can still learn more about lifts, so I can still gain more knowledge about exercise and more knowledge about my nutrition. I can still control my nutrition, right? Just because I hurt my back doesn't mean I can't control what I'm making in the kitchen. So there were so many other avenues of my fitness that I could still control even though I hurt my back. So I was plateaued in one area, but you want to take the necessary steps in that area to make sure that you're healing up, right? You're not just going to sit there with a hurt back. You got to make sure that you're rehabbing it. But I was able to take that energy that I was focusing on for my back, and I applied it to other areas like my nutrition, like working my core, other things. And then that allowed me to get back to 100% just by realizing that I'm not plateaued in all these aspects. I'm only plateaued in one. So I just had to move my focus to other things, and that helped me out a lot.
Right. So shifting your focus, decreasing your intensity, like, you hurt your back. Shoot, that's like the most common thing to hear is I hurt my back. I mean, you've done it, I've done it. I mean, I pulled my back running. What the heck? How did I pull my back running? It's like gotta take a step back, recover, think about what went wrong and how I can improve next time. Because you don't want to fall off the wagon the same time every time. Like
Right.
if you're falling off the wagon doing the same stuff, like you keep pulling your back or you keep doing stuff time after time after time, it's like you really gotta analyze, like, all right, what do I need to do to work past this so I can improve? Or you got to look at the problem from a different angle. And,
Right.
And then 100% the most important is never have like a little pity party to yourself for more than a couple of weeks. You have a pity party to yourself. You hurt yourself for a few days, a week, okay, or maybe something bad happens. You can really focus on how you feel. It's good to feel that upset feeling, but it's bad to stay in that upset feeling. It's good to be like, oh my God, okay, I felt like crap for a week, and now I really got to figure out, like, how do I not feel this way? I'm done having a pity party. It's okay to tell people you're injured. It's okay to tell people you're sick of feeling like that's okay, but don't stay in that. So I find that just like honing in on maybe something you can do differently, or maybe a stretch you can start doing more. And it's all about just doing like 5 minutes of action towards that, like 5 minutes of core to work on my back. Just do 5 minutes. Don't do a whole hour of core, or 5 minutes of stretching from my back, or maybe whatever your goal is, or maybe I need to go to the grocery store this week once instead of never going. You know what I mean? I'm not like, oh, I need to make a greens drink and now I need a meal prep. No. Just take that one step back, get off that pity party, and move forward. And
you gotta think about it. You've got to think about it. You're in this for the long run. So if you have an injury, more times than not, it's not going to be an injury you're going to have for 4, 5, 6 years. It's an injury that's going to take maximum a few months to heal, especially if you're taking the necessary steps. So you got to think about it. What's something I can do every single day that's going to get me closer to being 100%? And if you're talking about your injury. Now, diving into nutrition, for those of you that fall off the wagon with nutrition, what's something you can do every single day that's going to bring you closer to having cleaner meals, right? And that could start off by, one, I'm just going to clean up a couple of my meals a day. I'm going to eat one healthy meal a day for a whole week and see how that goes, versus going cold turkey and you throw out all the junk in your pantry and your fridge and you're eating only, clean food, and then you end up relapsing and going back because you realized how hard it was going from 0 to 100, right? So
100%.
Just taking that baby step every single day will help you for that longevity, because one, you're slowly giving yourself, like, you're giving yourself a small goal every single day. And when you accomplish the small goal every single day, it's going to give you confidence. And you're going to be like, all right, cool. Now let me see if I can do this for 2 meals in the day, or for 3 meals, or let me see if I could do this 1 meal thing for 2 weeks. And you can start goal setting in a different way. And it's not just you're diving all in and you feel overwhelmed. You have all this pressure. And if you fail, like, you guys know how this is. Maybe you dove into a nutrition plan or a training plan and you went hard for 2 weeks straight and you beat up your body, and then you fall off for a week. And what does that do to your mental health? You're like, oh man, I'm a failure. I couldn't do it. I couldn't eat healthy. I couldn't stick to the training plan for this 2 weeks. I must be a failure. And you get really down on yourself and you wonder why you failed. Sometimes it's just because you didn't do the little thing over and over again. You wanted to go so hard and so fast into whatever it is you were working on. But a way that it's going to help you stay in the game longer is just to take a step back a little bit and do something smaller every single day. Eat that one clean meal. Go to the gym 2 times a week instead of trying to hit all 7 days. Even though at Fitness Forward, we have something for you all 7 days. You know, we've got workouts Monday through Saturday. We've got Run Club on Sundays when we get back in that Run Club action. We've got the J Talk podcast on Saturdays.
Right. You know what's funny is I'm gonna relate this to something non-exercise, is learning Spanish for me. I have fallen off the wagon sometimes. So obviously my girlfriend is from Guatemala, so I went to Guatemala a couple of years with her, and I couldn't understand anything, and I was like, damn, like, I want to be able to talk to all her cousins. Like, I studied Spanish for like a month before going, and I had taken Spanish in high school and like 3 years of it. And I was like, oh, I'll be good. Mm-hmm. No, I didn't know anything. I couldn't understand anything. I felt stupid. And then by the end of the trip, they're like, okay, John, next time we see you, we want you to be able to at least speak to us in Spanish. So I was like, all right. Right. So this is 2 years ago. So last year, or like after that trip, I studied hard for like a month, like every day, hours and hours a day. And I was cramming and cramming and cramming. And then guess what? I stopped after a month. It was too time consuming because I was doing so much of it. And I just stopped. And I stopped for like 11, 12 months. So for that whole next year, like, I was like, man, I'm supposed to go to Guatemala again. I'm not going to be able to speak Spanish now. I feel stupid. Yeah. So yeah. It happened that I didn't end up going to Guatemala. I had some stuff happen that I had to get through for work. And so this year I restarted again. And now I've been studying for like 15, 20, 30 minutes a day. That's it. Instead of like 3-4 hours. I'm just doing like a little bit of studying. And now I've been doing it for 4 months now, almost 5 months. And I can like almost talk to their family like fluently in Spanish right now, or at least understand 90% of it. So I'm super happy. And like, instead of going in like this year, what I did different from last year was, instead of going all in hardcore, like cooking every meal, like I just did 15 minutes a day, just 15 minutes a day. It was crazy because my memory retention shot through the roof because I was just learning 15 minutes a day. I wasn't trying to cram in 3 hours of different information. Like, nothing was sticking up here. You know what I mean? So I did that one tiny little bit, 15 minutes. I was like, oh, I remember that word now. Now I'll never forget it because that's the one thing that I learned. Right. I wasn't trying to learn 90 things in one day and forgetting all of them the next, you know? So it really helped me drill that in. And now I'm so much more confident. And now I love to do it every day. Now I do it every day. 15 minutes is no problem. It's just a part of my day now.
Right. It's a part of your day. And I feel like you're almost looking forward to that 15 minutes.
Totally. It's fun.
That's such a small investment, and it's something that you really want to learn, right? You're learning a whole new language. It's so intricate to learn a new language.
So much more challenging than I thought. And it's rewarding now, and it's paying off. And that's like, seeing the results is really fun. So being able to understand the Spanish, being able to hear it, being able to know words I didn't know last year. So it's now it's a part of just what I want to do. And it sparked my interest to learn other language. Maybe next year I'll try 15 minutes a day of a different language. So I was like, that's cool. I mean, let's say I did that for 10 years. I learned 10 different languages. How freaking cool would that be? That'd be cool, man. Like, I just want that sounds like an adventure to me. 15 minutes a day, and you'll be, in 10 years, you'll be like, you know, so you gotta think of it in those small terms. So that's definitely
right. But it's hard to think of it in those small terms for some people, because like I just said, if you want to learn a new language, in your head you're thinking, oh my gosh, learning a new language is going to be so complicated, and I'm going to have to invest 3-4 hours a day, and I'm going to have to read all these books, and I'm going to have to and you get overwhelmed. But if someone was to tell you, no, study 15 minutes every single day, and you're going to learn just as much as, or even more so than trying to cram. And it's almost like hard to believe that if you invest such little time in something, but do it consistently every single day, that you'll see results.
Right. So that's a big one taken away from that one. So, don't fall off the wagon, stay off too long, get back on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on to this next question. How do you keep yourself motivated to work out? Like, all right, how do you stay, like, what do you do to like stay consistent with that?
That's a really good question. That's a really good question. There's a few things that I do. Number one, it's all about goal setting for me. It's all about goal setting. When I have a goal in mind, I'm motivated to, if we're talking about the gym here, I'm motivated to get to the gym and work on something very specific because of my goals. So if I want to increase my squat, I know I have a process in my head. This is what I have to do to increase my squat. These are the workouts I have to get in every single week. These are the numbers I have to hit. And every time I go to the gym, I have a purpose as to why I'm there. And if I accomplish, it's something small every single day, right? Just like we talked about the 15 minutes of learning Spanish. I'm going to the gym, and committing 45 minutes to the gym is a small investment for me every single day. So having a goal, you're able to go to the gym with purpose and know exactly what you need to do in that gym, and that's going to get you closer to the goal. Now, I have different goals throughout the year because, if I'm doing a specific type of training and it's been like 4 or 5 months, I get kind of bored. I get kind of bored of doing the same thing over and over again, and that gets me kind of unmotivated because I'm like, oh, I'm doing the same kind of stuff. So then I'll switch up my goals. I'll switch up my fitness goals to something that's going to spark my interest. Okay, now I want to focus on becoming a better runner or leaning out. And I have a new set of goals I want to hit every single time I go into the gym. And that sparks me up again. So I'm a big guy on performance. I want to get stronger. I want to get faster. And that's my main motivators. I want to be a total beast. And when I have those very specific goals that I've written out that I can see, and I have the exact steps on how to get to that goal, it's easy for me to stay motivated because I know, all right, if I hit this number, or if I hit this time, or even if it's not about getting stronger or faster, if I work on my technique in this aspect, right? If I'm working on my technique like in this aspect, then I know that I'm going to get closer to my goal. So that keeps me motivated, knowing that I'm getting stronger, getting faster, getting more educated about lifting. Right? That fires me up. That's what I'm passionate about.
Right. I feel like that's never focused on in fitness. Is you get these people who want to start working out and they're like, oh, I'm going to do a workout and I'm just going to go to this personal trainer, or I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to do this routine, or I'm going to go to a group class and do this thing. And they don't track numbers. They don't see where their strengths are at. They don't know like how to target different goals. Like it's all about one thing in their head. Oh, I want to look better. I want to lose weight.
Superficial goals.
Like superficial goals, which are good. Like those are good to have. Losing weight's good if you need it. Gaining weight's great. Like gaining muscle is phenomenal. It feels amazing. Right. But you're not going to see those gains every day in the gym. What you're going to be able to see is performance gains every day in the gym. And when you increase your performance, you're surely going to be decreasing body fat and surely going to be gaining lean muscle. Right. So the key is in the increase in the performance. It's not just doing the exercise. It's like, all right, how am I going to track where I'm at? And you're right. Setting small goals for you different parts of the year. Like I don't just stay, like I gain weight every year and I lose weight every year. That's a different nutritional goal. It's a different strength training goal. Right. I'm going to add in running when I'm trying to lose weight, and I'm going to decrease the running and focus on my strength training more when I'm trying to gain weight. So it's fun to have those different goals and having them written out, like each day, like you must write down what you do in the gym.
Right.
You can't, like it's not every day, but at least like you're tracking your progress. That's why we are incorporating our fitness tests, and that's why we're incorporating the Level Up program, so you can track those specifics and seeing those changes in all exercises, in all different forms of fitness.
I don't know if you guys can see this. You're not gonna be able to read it, but this is my workouts for the last 3 weeks. I just write them all down. Write all my workouts down.
Right? So he's tracking. Right? He's knowing his numbers, whether it's on a phone or whether it's on hard book. I'm a big fan of these, man. I write these things all day. Like I have 5. I have one right here. I have this one for the level up program. It's all about the level up stuff, just chock full of stuff for level up. I got one for the business. I got one for ideas. And I just love to look back and like, oh man, this this ain't just for fitness, boys and girls. This is for all aspects of life. You know, who I'm meeting with, you know, like different things I did for videos, and this stuff you're going to look back at 2 to 3 years and you'll be like, wow, look how far I've come. Okay, this is a reminder of where I was and where I'm at now. Now I'm excited again. Now I'm remotivated. It's like, that's my remotivation. Wow, look how much I actually changed.
Right.
And then, oh, if I change that much, and I just wrote down simple goals every day, if I change that much, I'm just going to keep going. So it's addicting. You become addicted to the strength training games. Like you guys who are in a fitness forward program, you guys are addicted to working out. You love that fitness and strength test evaluation month. Like that whole month is your favorite month. You guys like high five each other. You guys are excited to come to the gym. Like the energy in the gym is different. Like it feels like explosive. It's just so much fun. And that's because you guys have that passion for that fitness, and you know, you guys have that motivation to come in because you're tracking the right things. So in order to get motivated, you got to get tracking, like you said, and doing that, tracking what's going to be that next step. Right.
Goal setting, tracking, and also there's other ways you can track your progress and keep yourself motivated too. Like we were talking, one good way is to take pictures of yourself periodically. Not every single day. You're not gonna notice a difference in taking a picture every single day. But imagine taking a picture of your physique and then 3 months later taking another picture in the same pose, comparing your physique and seeing if you were in a strength training phase, right, you're probably going to be a little bit more muscular, a little bit bigger. And that's a good thing if you're in a strength training phase, right? Or if you're in a cutting phase, you're trying to lose a bit of body fat, you got two pictures you can compare. You're like, oh, wow, I look leaner. Right? I look leaner. I'm a lot faster in this picture. Like I remember this picture being, I was working a lot on my conditioning. So you have different comparisons too. So numbers are great, but also the way that you visually look is great too. Look, your physical look isn't everything, but it's just different ways you can track your progress, and it's also going to keep you motivated.
Right. It's funny because when I'm going through my strength phases, I always carry so much more body fat on me, and I'll look at myself in the mirror and I'll be like, yep, this is going to be my heaviest, and I'm okay with it. It's like, but I feel strong in the gym.
Yeah, but those numbers are up.
Yeah, I'm feeling strong. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling well fed, and I'm like, yeah, I feel good. And I'm like, all right. I get to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm a little bit. I'm getting to my off the wagon weight, and I'm like, all right, now I'm gonna go through my leaning out phase. And 6 months of leaning out, and I'm like, oh, I feel shredded again, and then I'm like, oh, I want to get strong again. Like, oh, I'm shredded again. It's like it always provides for a fun. And seeing those pictures of the differences is always funny. I'm like, wow, I was chubs. Looking at myself now, like six months ago, I was chubs compared to now.
You need to see yourself lean though to see how really chubby you were though. Like you gotta have that comparison picture, because you gain a little bit of body fat, but you'll kind of be like, nah, I'm still lean. Like
right. Yeah, I feel good.
yeah. But guys, performance, that's gonna be that's the end all be all for me. Is performance, right? If you think about this, if you can squat your body weight, or if you can pull up your body weight multiple times, your physique is going to reflect something like that. If you can run miles, or if you can run a half marathon all the way through, your physique is going to reflect that. Having strong numbers means a stronger physique. Like you're not gonna see someone with no muscle and they're not in shape at all, and they can't even run a lap, and they're bench pressing twice their body weight or squatting twice their body weight. Right? The stronger you get, your physique is gonna reflect that, and then the nutrition behind that is gonna dictate whether you're looking leaner or you're a little bit stronger, you have more body fat. But the training is everything, right? Nutrition is. We know nutrition is important. Like that's not what I'm saying, but you should be excited about getting stronger in the gym. You shouldn't be afraid of getting stronger, because getting stronger is going to make your body look way more different versus 100%. Just being not so much being you want that to be a driver, trying to get stronger or getting faster or working on that stuff, right? You don't want that to take the back seat. That should always be like your priority when you're in the gym. Like, how can I improve? How can I get stronger? How can I get faster? Okay, I hit a plateau. I'm not really getting stronger right now. How can I focus on my technique therefore I can get stronger? You talked about Vin hitting a deadlift plateau, right? You're talking a bit about that. Okay, I hit a deadlift plateau. You can break down the deadlift. Like, okay, so it's really hard for me to lock the weight out. I can get the weight off the floor, but it's hard for me to lock my hips all the way out. Okay, so what are a couple exercises that are going to work on my lockout position? So now I'm going to work on those exercises that are going to help increase my deadlift. So you can break exercises down even further, and we can make a whole nother video on this right here. But you hit a plateau in a lift, you got to break down that lift and work on the individual things that comprise a deadlift or a squat. Right? Not being able to lock a weight out, that could be because of weak glutes. How can I get my glutes stronger? Well, lunges get your glutes stronger. Hip thrusts get your glutes stronger, right? There's all these different exercises. And then you strengthen that. So now maybe you're not getting stronger at the deadlift per se, but you're getting stronger at the other exercises that make a strong deadlift so you can push through that plateau.
Right. And the plateau is funny. The plateau happens to a lot of, like, the plateau happens way faster than you, Vin. Yeah, like, that was a great question. You talked about hitting a plateau in deadlift. Usually most lifters won't even know they hit a plateau. Like, they'll just be like lifting the same weight for years and years and years, because, you know, most people focus on the beginner stuff in fitness. Like, they hit a plateau because they're still doing the same stuff.
Right.
They're doing the same weights. They're doing the same workouts. They're just not challenging themselves. And they don't know that there's like 10 steps to the deadlift. They don't know that there are different drills you can do to improve the deadlift.
Yep.
And then you get a guy like Vin who's like, all right, in my deadlift, how do I improve it? Well, we're going to give him a plan of action, like work on that lockout, work on the drive off the floor, work on some banded deadlifts, work on some snatch grip deadlifts, work on some different deadlifts that are gonna build your strength, work on higher volume, and then he'll know to tackle those small goals intra that deadlift. Because the deadlift, man, it's such a skillful move, but a lot of people in the gym have no idea that it is. A lot of people just think, oh, a deadlift, you just bend over, right? No way. It's in the Olympics. Come on.
Right. And I was gonna say it takes like and like you said, for Vin even to realize that he's hit a plateau, that's a win.
Right.
Because one of the reasons why you're realizing hit a plateau is because we have these tests. So you have a fitness test, you realize, oh, my max isn't getting any stronger. If you didn't have those tests and we weren't switching up the programming and challenging in different ways, you would never even realize that you hit a plateau. And there's people who go years and years and years, like John said, doing the same workouts or hitting the same numbers. Their physiques have not changed at all, right? And they're like, it must be this person's on steroids. That's why they're seeing progress and I'm not.
Right.
You know, they don't even know
they're
why
just born that way.
Yeah, exactly. It's genetics.
Yeah,
it's all about
it just didn't work for me. It just didn't work for me. Nope, not that one.
And then they go back to their mom's basement and start playing World of Warcraft again.
We just went off the deep end. As always. But, you know, that's a good point. Like, plateaus, you just got to change the variables around that plateau. Like, what are you doing? Like, why do you think you hit that plateau? Analyze the deadlift. How many times did I do the deadlift? How many times on average am I doing it per week? Am I switching up the variations? Am I switching up the reps? Like, like that? Those are the things you got to analyze. Like, a lot of people get stuck in doing like either one way or the other of lifting. They do either high reps or they get stuck in just strength training, like 1 or 2 reps. And it's like you got to build more knowledge than that. You got to, as an athlete, you have to understand that you got to add different rep schemes. You have to challenge your body with different percent reps, like hit a 20 rep max at 60-70%. You know how hard that is? That is so hard. That's life threatening. That's challenging. And that'll really take you to the next level. A lot of people don't know that. And a lot of people don't even know what their max is. Like, oh, I don't know. Like, I can't tell you how many people come in the gym. Like, I ask them a couple basic questions. Like, can you squat? Sure. I'm like, okay, great. What's your max squat? I'm like, oh, 15 pounds. I'm like, you've been working out for 5 years and it's 15 pounds. Something's not right here.
Right.
Like, no wonder you have knee pain and no wonder you have no progress.
Right. And they might say something like, well, you know, I just don't really want to lift heavy because I'm going to get bulky. I really want to tone up. So I'm just going to lift 15 pounds and do it for reps.
Yeah. And those people, they've been taught wrong, unfortunately. And I don't blame them. I don't blame these people. I feel bad for them. Like, I'm like, all right, let me show you the right way. Let me show you the way that let me open your eyes, because most people are just lost in fitness because they're told something on Instagram, Facebook, and their trainer, and they all say different things on how to get strong. It's like, dude, that's complicated. And so I don't blame you guys for thinking that. And it just comes down to simple. You got to learn how to progress. You got to push yourself, and you got to be coached to do it properly. And,
Right.
And any great athlete's had a coach, and any great person who just is in good shape has had a good coach, So it takes that time to develop that. And busting through plateaus can be so much fun. I mean, that's probably the most fun thing about fitness is you hit a plateau and you're like, oh, I want to beat that now. It's like plateau. You want to search for that plateau. Like I kind of hit a plateau in my weight loss. I dropped 20 pounds and I stayed the same weight for 3 weeks. And I was still crushing it in my running and my diet. I'm like, man, what do I got to do? So I had to think, like, why do I break past this? What do I do? Maybe I need to change up my eating habits a little bit. Maybe I should, what do I need to break through? And then I broke down to that, and now I'm a couple pounds less than that, and I'm back on that train. So it's like, okay, it's interesting. You bust through those plateaus enough, and man, you just become so resilient to any challenges that come in your life. And that's how people say, oh, how do I stay consistent? How do I get excited? How do I stay in the game? It's like, well, how do you overcome these obstacles? Well, you overcome enough of them, and you're going to just become a warrior. Like that's all you know how to do.
Right, because you start realizing that it's the same process to overcome these obstacles and plateaus. Right. It's the same process. It doesn't matter if it's fitness. It doesn't matter if it's business. It doesn't matter if it's a relationship. It's the same process to you got to put in that time. And also, I wanted to hone in on something that you said. You said that you were at a weight plateau for 3 weeks. Right. So you were doing all the right things, and you stayed in the same place for 3 weeks. And some people may get psyched out if they're at the same weight for 2 weeks, and they're thinking to themselves, "Oh, I'm gonna have to switch to a different diet. Let me try to hop on a completely different plan. I haven't lost any weight or body fat, or I have increased numbers in 3 weeks." And you start stressing out and thinking that everything you're doing is wrong up to this point. But that's a very short amount of time, right? 3 weeks of weight plateau
is nothing.
That's nothing. Right. So you got to make sure that you're consistent. Yeah, you got to stay consistent and stay in the game. And they say trust the process, and that's a cliche term people throw around. But you got to trust the process. Look,
100%.
For you to get to this point, right? You put in a lot of good work and consistency, and you're doing all the right things. If you hit a plateau, you can't think like, well, there has to be some magic trick that's going to get me over this plateau. Now, you just got to stay in the game and be consistent. And I think being consistent, that's like your rite of passage to be in better shape, because 90% of the people will not be consistent when they hit that plateau. They're going to be all fired up, and they're going to be motivated to stay in it when they're losing weight and they're gaining strength. But what do you decide to do in your moment where you're plateaued? Right? Are you going to quit? 90% of people just quit in that plateau, or are you going to stay in the game and maybe, do some different strategies in order to push you over that plateau, implement some different strategies, right? But 3 weeks, that's going to happen. That's going to happen. You just got to stay in that game, and you'll continue to lose weight or gain strength, whatever your goal is.
Right. I mean, I got off a call yesterday with, I'm going to bring up Monica Fleming. She's lost another 6 pounds in quarantine. And it's like you look at her numbers, and she's just a classic. She's like up some weeks and down and up and down, but her net trend is she's going down in weight. And now she's like 25 pounds down. She's at her goal weight, and now she's like, okay, I need another goal. And I'm like, okay, great. Yep. I'm like, let's see let's see how far we can take this weight down with you feeling good and you being strong, and then let's manipulate it from there so we can manage your weight and manage your body fat that you're happy at. So she's like, I'm thrilled. She's thrilled. It's like, it's all it takes. And she was the same weight for a couple weeks, not 3-4 weeks, but a couple weeks, same weight. I talked to her on the phone, and she's like, I'm like, yeah, but look at you. That's how your whole journey's been. You go down and you go up a little bit. You go down more, you go up a little bit. You go down more, you go up a little. And it's like people get so upset at that when the weight goes up a little bit for a couple weeks. Like, I didn't lose weight for a few weeks. I'm like, so what? I'm like, keep going. It's 2 weeks. Yeah. Like your body's complicated. So yeah, that was like Monica. I was happy that she's down weight. She's at her goal weight, and now she has another goal. She wants to get even leaner, and I love that. And that's kind of like where I'm at right now. I'm 20 pounds down. I'm gonna go a little lower. I want to get like I have like a 6-pack. It's a fat pack, I call it, because it's still fat over it. I can see the outline though, and I'm feeling good about that. So I'm gonna give it like another at least 6 weeks probably, so I can really take it to the next level as far as
Mhm.
leanness and see where I can go.
Yeah,
And I'm looking forward.
I'm on that bulk mode, sir. I'm on
Yeah,
bulk mode. Yeah, I'm trying to
I know.
I'm just trying to get jacked, man. I'm trying to be a gorilla. I was on chimp mode for a while, 165, 170. Now I'm trying to get up to that 190 mark,
I like that. I like that.
gorilla mode.
I mean, that's how I was. I mean, you're like super gorilla. You got like the uber strength. Your strength is ridiculous, man.
Thank you,
And
sir.
I'm excited to see what your strength is going to be in a couple months, man. Of just packing on the strength training and eating a little bit more. That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about breaking through plateaus, man. Josh is doing something that most people won't do. They'll gain weight and they'll get stronger and they don't care about their body fat. He's smart enough to understand that he's doing this for 80 more years. Like, he's smart enough to understand that, all right, if I want to get bigger and gain more muscle and look more jacked and more superhero, Black Panther warrior, then I got to gain some body fat, get a little stronger, throw some weights down, get crazy in the gym. And I like that. While people are focused on like, oh, I got to cut my calories, you got a guy over here like, all right, I'm ready to get fatter. A little bit more body fatter, and get super strong. So that next year or in several months when I cut down, I'm gonna look even more jacked than I am now.
Right.
And that's how you break through plateaus, is having that mental game of you're in it for your life. Josh ain't gonna stop working out one day because he hit his goal. Josh is gonna get to his goal and hit another goal, and then hit another goal.
And that's always been my thing. I always want to push myself in different limits. I want to continue to set new goals when it comes to my fit, when it comes everywhere. But talking about fitness, I wanted to gain strength and train for powerlifting. I did that. I wanted to play sports. I had to train in a different way. I did that. I wanted to look really lean and become a better runner. I did that. I know that if you stick to the plan, you're always 6 months away from changing your physique completely, right? Well, for me, because I've been in shape pretty much my whole life. It's going to take you a little bit longer if you started from a different place, right? Maybe you've been overweight your whole life. You're not going to be 6 months away from your dream body, but you are 6 months away from transforming a lot of areas in your life, right? You're 6 months away to really improving on your mindset. You're 6 months away to hitting some really good PRs in the gym, right? You're 6 months away from a lot of different things if you're willing to stick in the game and roll with the punches, even if you hit that plateau. And you're 6 months away to hitting the biggest plateau you've ever hit in your life, but you just got to stick to it. Right now, I'm just worried about I want to get strong. Right, that's my goal. I don't care about how lean I am. I've been lean. I've been really, really lean for a long time, right? And now I want to get bigger. I want to get stronger. And I know that I'm probably going to hit a plateau in my weight gain. Right, I'm gonna hit a plateau in my weight gain, and it's been kind of challenging for me because I've been the type of guy who doesn't. I have a hard time eating a lot of calories. I've always been that way, which is why it's a little bit easier for me to stay lean because I don't have a huge appetite all the time. Some of you guys have huge appetites. You're foodies. You like to snack. You like to cook your own food, go out to eat. I've never been that type of way, so it's actually been a challenge for me. And some people are gonna be like, well, that's a good challenge, being able to eat more food. It's been hard for me to eat a lot of food. I was telling John, I've been feeling a little bit more sluggish. I've been feeling a little bit more like bloated eating all this food, but my strength is going through the roof right now, and that's my goal. I want to get as strong as possible. So even though I'm getting stronger, I'm still kind of feeling like, I need to push through a plateau, and my plateau right now is just being able to stay consistent eating all these calories that I'm eating.
Seriously.
So like there's always going to go ahead.
Yeah. People don't think that eating more is hard. People think, oh, I wish I had that problem. Oh, dude, it's tough eating more. Yeah. It's hard. You're right. Feeling sluggish, eating more, like feeling like bloated in some ways, dude, that doesn't feel great. But the sacrifice you're making there to make the gains in the gym is where your focus is. You're not focusing on, oh, I'm feeling sluggish. I feel bad because I have to eat all these. Oh, it's so hard to eat. Mm-hmm. No, you're staying consistent. You're putting the work in, and you're getting stronger. And you know that you're not going to eat this way forever. So it's It's in your mind. It's like, okay, all right. It's no longer a problem in your mind. Like people, oh, I have to lose weight forever. It hasn't worked the past 10 years. I got to lose weight forever. No, it's like, you got to understand that it's not forever, especially if you do it right.
Right. So you lose weight, you may hit, like we talked about Monica, her weight's going like this. She loses weight, she gains a little bit. She loses weight, she may hit a plateau for a whole entire month, and then she starts losing weight again. She may go up a little bit in weight and get back to here, and then she loses weight again. It's a ladder. Right? It's not just linear. Every goal is not linear. Right? You're gonna hit bumps in the road, you're gonna hit plateaus. There's gonna be times where you just want to chill and not really focus on your weight loss, right? It might be the holidays for a couple weeks, and you're putting your weight loss on pause, and it takes you a little bit to bounce back to whatever goal that you had. But you just gotta keep those goals in mind always. Right? I always have a goal in mind. Even if I don't even if I don't have a goal, that's my goal. Like if there's a few weeks where I just want to chill, that's a goal of mine. All right, I'm just gonna kick back for these few weeks, and then I'm gonna go back into it really hard and see how much more progress I can milk out of this thing. Because you're in it for a lifetime, and there's going to be a lot of progress and a lot of different avenues in your fitness that you're going to be able to improve on. Right? You're going to bulk, you're going to cut, you're going to train for a marathon, you're going to get stronger. You know, there's so much you can do in this fitness journey. Right? You just got to continue to stick to those goals. Make sure you have a plan of action to get to whatever you want to do. Speaking of about a plan of action, why don't you tell them a little bit about that level up program you're working on, John?
Level up, man. We're going to be implementing this new program in the gym, and it's going to give you guys a plan of action for all different types of goals, whether it's running better, whether it's learning Olympic moves, whether it's learning how to eat properly as far as lose body fat, how to gain weight, gain muscle, gain strength. So we're going to be putting you guys through just a really fun path and adventure for you guys, so that you're going to have fun every day you hit the gym. Every day you hit the gym, you're going to have a little goal to target, and everybody's going to have a different aspect of the goal. So it's going to be very personalized and fun, and you're going to be able to see exactly where you came from, where you're at, exactly where to go as far as the exercises, as far as different variations in your training, and it's going to be a blast. So I'm excited to implement that. So it puts the focus on the right part of fitness, and that is just, it's going to help you be more consistent by giving you guys more exact plan of action. If you have a more exact plan of action, you're going to have fun doing it. You're going to see progress every day. You're going to have goals. And it's just going to be a next level of our program. And that's why it's called the next level. You got to level up, man, and take you to that next level. And as a business, we gotta take you guys to the next level and figuring out how to make you guys stronger and faster and less injury prone and just a better athlete. Man, that's fun, and you guys love that, and that's why this program is created, because you guys desire that. We realize that there's a niche of people who just want to see that. Like, it's not just about weight loss. Weight loss is a part of it. Like, we have a tree for that. We have an avenue for that too. But there's these other avenues that can be so exciting, even way more exciting than fat loss. And being able to track it and see exactly where you're at and compare yourself to other people and where you want to be, and maybe different avenues you want to focus on. Like, I want to focus on Olympic lifting, so we're going to take this avenue. I want to be able to do pull-ups and muscle-ups and cool stuff like that, so I'm going to do that one. I'm going to focus on those exercises. You know, I want to learn how to do a handstand push-up, and I don't want to do it like freeze handstand. Like, I've never been upside down. All right, I'm going to focus on this one. And, you know, it's going to be fun. If you want to learn them all, great. You want to learn them all, great. You want to learn them all, more power to you. It's going to be exciting.
I was going to say, guys, think about whoever's watching this right now. Think about exercises you thought you never could do, but you're able to do now. Like, some of you were afraid to do Olympic lifts. You were afraid to hold the bar over your head in the snatch. You thought it was just going to collapse and snap your spine. Or you were afraid to do a heavy deadlift or a heavy squat or do a Turkish get up, right? And you were able to complete these movements. How empowered did you feel, and how much confidence did it give you that you can accomplish any one of these things if you had the right map? Like, you might have been scared to do this exercise because you've never done it before. You were never coached. They didn't show you the technique, right? You didn't have somebody watching you and showing you, all right, this is what you have to do. This is what you should be feeling. This is what you shouldn't be feeling, right? But when you did that, you felt like a total beast, right? So this is supposed to be fun, right? This is supposed to be fun. Learning new moves and getting stronger and getting faster and seeing the step-by-step process of how to get somewhere, that is 100%. Fun to me. That gets me excited. That gets me motivated to want to continue to hit the gym. And if I hit a plateau, even if I hit a plateau for months, if I'm continuously going to the gym and working better to get working and getting better every single day, that's a win. Even if you are at a plateau, if you're showing up every single day and putting in that consistent effort and work, then you should be proud of yourself about the work that you put in. And then you're going to break through that plateau because you're consistent.
Right. And then just having different focuses in the gym besides just one boring focus. A lot of people come in the gym and they're lost. They're like lost little puppies. They're just sitting in your lap like, I don't know what to do. Show me what to do. Like, I want to lose weight, but I've tried to do it for 10 years and it hasn't worked.
Right.
And it's like, they don't really know they don't have a focus. And getting that focus and learning the excitement of do new goals, and wow, I can do a barbell squat now. Like, I was scared of the barbell. I can't tell you how many people say they're scared of the bench. They're scared of the barbell. Like, oh, I've never touched those.
Right.
Like, those are scary. And I'm like, well, we're going to get you doing them. They're like, I don't know about that. And then they do it and they're like, whoa, that was cool. And it's like, their mind is opened up, and that's kind of what this Level Up program is going to be more engaging towards that, because you're going to always see that little next variation, that little step further, so that you're not jumping 19 steps ahead and failing, but you're winning and winning and winning and winning. And then you started here and now you're here. When before is you would have started here and you would have tried to jump here and you would have fallen on your head. But no, you took all the little steps. And so that's what fitness is missing right now, is those little steps and progressions and those fun goal targeting. And that's why I'm excited to bring this new program, and you guys are going to love it.
Yeah, right. I'm also really excited about this program. Like, you guys are going to be beasts, even more beasts through this Level Up program.
That's right. Talk about keeping you excited. Talk about keeping you motivated. We're going to be overcoming all different types of fun obstacles. You're going to be able to see them. And you're going to see the obstacle, like, oh, I need to do that. You're like, oh, all right. The handstand is the obstacle. Like, oh, like, I need to be able to get over that. And then you work towards that obstacle and you like jump over it. You do the obstacle. And then you're like, oh my gosh, like, I got over it. Oh, the clean and jerk with the barbell. No way. That looks hard. It's like, then you're like throwing that barbell up and catching it. And you're like, wow.
Exactly. Yeah. And then you learn that move. It's just like, you got the domino effect. You're gonna feel like such a badass doing that move, and then you're gonna see the body weight tree, and you're like, well, if I just got all the way to the clean and jerk ladder tree and I accomplished that, I bet you if I just put in that same effort into the body weight tree, I'll accomplish that. Right. Oh, I just finished the body weight tree. I'm gonna hit this tree over here. We've got all these different trees for you guys to just continue to get better in so many different avenues. Right. And this is gonna keep you busy. This is gonna keep you motivated. And this is going to challenge you for a long, long time. And that's what it's about. You want to have fun with whatever it is that you're doing in fitness. You want to have fun with it, but you got to make sure that you're challenging yourself, because that's what's going to make you different than just somebody that goes in the gym and has no plan. But they may be working hard, but they have no plan of what they're doing. There's people, you go to 24-hour fitness, you see Becky on that treadmill, and she's going hard. She's never touched a weight in her life, but she's working real hard. She shows up to the gym at 5 a.m. just like you do, and she's working out. Right, but she has no plan. She's not strength training. She's not doing anything at high intensity or anything like that. Right, so her progress that she's seeing is minimal versus someone who is on a program that is proven. Right, strength training, applying all these different methods in fitness. Right, you're gonna be a beast. Right, with this Level Up program. So I'm excited about it, guys. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be challenging.
Right. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for chatting with us. That was fun. If you guys have any more questions for us, always feel free to ask us.
Yeah, we have a chat. You can post in the chat. You can pop in your face. You don't even have to pop your face in. You can just start talking. We got Audrey in here. We got Vin in here.
That's right.
I talked about doing moves that you never thought you could do, and Audrey messaged. She's like, yes.
Yeah. I like that. And, Audrey's a good example, is she, had never done really weight training before. Like, I mean, she had done some like weight training, but nothing
never.
Crazy. So, yeah. So you never did weight training. And then tell us, you joined.
Yeah, talk about a little bit, Audrey.
Well, I never did weight training. I would just see like the girls or guys doing weights at a normal gym, and I would feel so intimidated because I just didn't know how to do it, you know? So I never went in there. I would just stick to like cardio machines, and I would hate it. Like, I would hate going to the gym every day. It was miserable.
What kind of
And then
misconceptions did you have about weight training?
what?
What kind of misconceptions did you have about weight training? Did you have an opinion
I
about weight
mean,
training before you?
I did think like, oh, if I lift weights, I'm gonna get bulky, you know?
Yeah.
But I just didn't know how to do it. Like, I had no idea like that it was gonna change my body or anything. Like, I had no idea. And then I met John, and then I started going to Fitness Forward, but it took like a month for me to start going there because I just felt intimidated. And then I remember the first day I went, I see these girls and just like women like squatting, and I'm like, oh my God, like I can't do this, you know, like this is embarrassing. Like, they're like 30 years older than me and they're so strong. So I remember I tried to do a squat with the bar, and like I almost fall because I couldn't do it. I literally just couldn't do it.
I remember that.
And I felt so embarrassed. I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing here? Like everyone's like on a different level. I'm like such a beginner. Like I'm so weak, you know? I was
But you
thinking
stayed
like,
consistent.
damn, I'm so weak. I can't even lift this bar.
So you stayed consistent, and now look at you. Like, what are you doing now?
Oh my God. So I stayed consistent, and now I'm like squatting almost my own weight. Actually, I am squatting my own weight, and just I feel strong, and like my mentality towards the gym is completely changed. Like, now I'm excited to go to the gym because I want to get strong. Like, I don't care about, you know, about like being skinny. I don't want to be skinny. Like, I want to be strong. Like, I want to learn all these moves. And
Right.
it's just so cool to see back because it's like, oh my God, like I'm like a different person, you know?
Right. Right.
Also something that I always think about is I couldn't run to the stop sign from the
So
gym
like
to the
100
stop
feet?
sign.
Literally like 100 feet.
That's funny.
Like 100
And now look
feet.
at you.
Funny.
I couldn't. And
And now how long are you
I
running?
I'm doing 13 miles without stopping. Like,
Yeah, you just did your first half marathon a couple weeks ago, right?
yeah.
Wow, look at that. You couldn't even
And
run 100
today-
feet, and now you're running thousands upon thousands of feet. That's crazy.
Yeah. And now like every week I run like 6 miles without stopping, and I feel great and I love it compared to before where I would literally couldn't run 100 feet without being out of breath and just hating running with all my heart.
And now you love it.
And now
That's awesome.
I love to run.
Wow, look at that. Small progress, right?
Fitness Forward changed
That's
my
right.
life and my
That's great.
mindset. Most
Well, we're
importantly.
super happy. I'm
I love
happy
that. I
to
love
hear
that.
Yes.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming in. We appreciate you. We love you. Thanks for listening. You know, if you guys have any other questions, any other comments, talk to us.
We got Ben in here. What's up, Ben?
Ben, he opened up. He's on mute. Hold on, let me unmute you. There you go.
I was
Yeah.
thinking about that. Imagine Audrey of now having a conversation about working out to Audrey of before working out.
Yeah, seriously.
You have such different opinions and your mindset's different.
Vin, tell me a little bit about your journey with Fitness Forward, my man. Like when you started, what you thought, like, you know, how long you thought you were going to last, how long you've been coming.
Historically, I have never done a gym more than 3 months at a single stretch. Probably like once a year for 3 months is what I could do, like 2 or 3 years at the max, but never more than 3 months. Like when I did at John, I came in and I was like, okay, fine, I will come tomorrow. And he asked like, why not today? I was like, okay, and did the same day. And yeah, it's been like almost what, 2 years, 3 months now.
2 years,
Yeah,
three
like
months,
actually
man.
yesterday's. Yeah, so yes, I did 3 months, so 2 years is a bonus. So it has been a great thing. And I mean, some people in the gym really intimidated me at the start. Like I could see Greg moving so fast and quick. That was this thing. And when I saw Lori doing those burpees with her leg fractured, that
Oh my
was
gosh,
like
right?
that was like if anything can motivate you, that is it. And so many pregnant ladies running. And I know I should not tell this, but the lady Jazz, when she was pregnant and we were running, I was like, Vinay, you can't let her run beyond you. So that was pushing me to run. Like,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, and so running, I won't say that I've started liking running, but I don't mind running now.
Mm.
So those short bursts of sprints that we do at the 7 o'clock running when Josh makes the entire class run behind me, it's kind of a
I
motivation.
I love that.
Think like anyone has beaten me yet there. That's a nice one. But yeah, that there are a couple of wins over there. Like when I did Cowles Mountain first time, I was like on the verge of getting airlifted first time. So many people motivated me to do that, but after that I kind of decided and started doing like so many hikes that made me like strong. And when I did again the Cowles Mountain earlier this year, I did with a 20-pound vest, which I couldn't
Wow.
think I could do when I did the first one. So it's been a great one.
It's all
That's
about the
incredible.
journey, sir.
Yeah.
You've seen
And look
you've
at,
seen a lot of progress.
yeah, I love that. You said you didn't do more than 3 months, and I hear 2 years and 3 months. And like Vin, you're always a good example. When Vin came in, he always accepted the challenge. Like no matter what I asked him to try, I would always push him a little bit forward. Every day he would come in, all right, Vin, you need to try this, and
Yeah.
you need to try this
Yeah.
variation. And Vin was always had a good attitude. He was like, okay. He would just say it like nonchalant. Okay. He would kind of look at me, and he would be like, okay. And at some point during the workout, sure as I'm living, Vin would be there trying it. And I would just come over there and I would just be laughing with him. I'm like, man, you're just a hard
Yeah.
worker, man. Like always down for a challenge. And I think that's probably
Spank me around.
yes, thank you. And man, I remember the first time I told him he was doing like a push up, and I'm like, Vin, get your feet on the wall. And he looked at me. And he's
Yeah.
like, okay. He's like, okay. He walked his feet up on the wall. And I
That
was like,
was that was I mean, I grew up watching Spider-Man, so I fantasize a lot about it, but that was my Spider-Man moment when I did the first time wall walk. I still have
I
that
love
video.
that. I love that. I
Yeah.
remember
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
man. And that's just who you are. And I think, I'm grateful to have had the opportunity the past 2 years, 3 months to slap you around and see your progress, man. And now you're crushing those burpees.
Yep.
Now you're doing Spider-Man moves. You're running. You're running
Yeah.
Cowles Mountain. You're just talking to us earlier how you want to go run Lake Miramar. Man, I love that.
Yeah.
So I
And
respect that.
then I love how
Yeah.
active you are in the Facebook group too. You're posting your previous PRs. You're always commenting in there.
Yeah.
Let people know
I
how
was
you're
just
doing. I love seeing that, sir.
I was just writing down. I was like, fine, I know I still have my like notes over there in the gym, but I just wanted to like write down so that I know what I was. and like after 6 months, just want to know where we are once it opens in June. That would
Yes,
be a
sir.
big time.
Well, we're right around the
So-
corner.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, boys and girls, thank you for
Yeah.
joining. I appreciate you guys. And please join us next week, Saturday at 10 a.m. The Josh and John J Talk.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Stay all.
Rest of your day. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Nice.